You are live.
Let's go. Let's get it. Yo, it's your main man, Dr. Life. We in the business of saving lives. And we here in the sanctuary. That's right, in the sanctuary. It's a special type of workout. Check out my nephew. I'm gonna give y'all some background and history on what we're doing too.
What do we got to do? All
This what we do. These so all of these kids right here been on a special empowerment program by proxy. We call it the handoff. The reason we call it the sanctuary, because in our inner cities and in our neighborhoods, we got a special thing in the United States, in the cities, that they have nowhere else in the world. That is the best USA rules football players in the world. All right. So there's a common denominator in any neighborhood, in any community. I don't care where you're from, what part of the country you're from. When you go into Trenton, New Jersey, Brooklyn, Huntsville, there's a language, there's a code, a camaraderie between us athletes. And so, you put your father, right? Yeah. You next up, Keisha. You next up. So, what we've learned in this organization right here represents the completion of a dream. This organization started out as this organization, breaking the cycle. And so what these children have been signed up for was to be used as proxy to let young people all across the country know that the cycles and the challenges that these young people face in the inner cities can be broken. All right? And the number one top method of empowerment, source of power that we found is getting them in what we call a sanctuary. We have them huddle up. Stay on that. We have them huddle up. In a huddle in football, the huddle is where you get your commands, where you're told what to execute. And the only way you get good at executing on the field is when you come to practice and you demonstrate that you can execute the commands you receive in the huddle and take it out there and apply it in the game. All right? So, this one over here, turn the camera on. I call him Big Willie. The reason his alienation name is Big Willie is because his father was Willie. But also, they use entertainment, and they have a movie out called Free Willie. All right? And sometimes in our inner cities, in our neighborhoods, they use the term Big Willie when it comes to hustling and some of the negative cycles that we've been breaking over time. So from the time he was born, his auntie and I, as we put in work with Break the Cycle, we we decided that we was going to use him by proxy to make a statement to all of the rest of the ones in his generation. Munchie, you up? It's your turn. Yeah, coach. See, this is what the beautiful thing about this system is. Now, when he was first at his age, we was doing the same thing. I would bring them up here and I would have them run up here to this stop sign. We would run all the way up to the stop sign, then we would run back all the way down to the house. And they used to complain, like, why are you getting us up all early? Why we gotta run? Because in rap, what's crazy is the picture is painted as if the people who hustle and the people who sell drugs. The only way out is to take that route and hustle and then come up, right? But side by side in those same neighborhoods, side by side, trapped in the same concrete jungle, you have those of us athletes. And it's probably more of us athletes who have gone through the same experiences, who have faced the same crime, the same everything, and have come here and gotten in the sanctuary and grinded. It's James, your turn to film. It's Dustin's turn. It's just as many of us football players and basketball players who have come and got in huddles and got with coaches and jumped on community teams and then applied our talents and abilities. Just like our brothers and sisters who get on the corner and they hustle and they apply their hustle. So many of us who have gotten in and done what these kids are doing now. And we use this as our method to springboard. But this story is seldom told. Hollywood don't tell this story. Sadly, our brothers and sisters who we stand on the blocks with side by side, who we go to school all day, every day. Sadly, you very rarely hear anybody putting in the music. How just as many of those hip hop artists, we were standing in the same neighborhood. I was going to school with cats. I had some of my peoples who I already knew I had the ability to go to college on scholarship, but because my peoples was on the blocks, I would be out there making sure that they came home safe. You know what I'm saying? Nobody tells the story of us athletes who already know we going somewhere else. Who just because these are my peoples who I grew up with, if they out here, and if they throwing hands, we throwing hands. It wasn't my work. You know what I'm saying? Nobody tells that story. But the beautiful thing about us telling this story now is it gives our children options. The children out there who buying into the narrative, like it's great that our people make it out. One of my loved ones, SPI, Spider Low, one of my loved ones, 2 bids in the pen. 2 bids in the pen. And we've been grinding like we've been grinding to break the cycle so that he never gets the 3rd. Understand? If we not out here doing what we do, if it wasn't for the entertainment industry, and if it wasn't for what we do and break the cycle and showing other routes and alternatives, like this, Destiny, hold this up. Show them that picture. I'm about to go do mine. What those 5 things say on it? What are the 5 captions?
Oh. Music production, digital storytelling, film production, STEAM scholarships, and performing arts.
Read it one more time. Who's coming?
Music production, digital storytelling, film production, STEAM scholarships, and performing arts.
So the other story that nobody's talking about is, what's next, James? The hand-to-hand?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta go down. That's what I was back there for so long for. I was doing all of them. I thought I was supposed to go through the whole
I
thing.
was touching my hand and not going down, yo. And then what? It's the plank?
Yeah.
And then the last one is do what? Clapping?
Yeah.
Clap it up. My main man. Where we at, man? Victory lap. My main man, that's what y'all told me yesterday. Y'all need to get on it. Well, here we are. Victory lap. I know who it is. Victory lap. We all went, right? You ain't go?
They didn't do all 6. They just did. I was back there doing all 6. That's why I stood up like.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish your up. I thought you would. But the second one was, you gotta touch your hand. Touch your hand. You gotta push up, touch your hand. Good job. Good job. Hey, I see this. There ain't no game. It's life and death out here. It's life and death out here, yo. Listen, I named every last one of my kids. I gave them a K. K stands for Kafel. He or she is worth dying for. We've been putting in this work to break the cycle because there's so many artificial, man-made disasters created for us. They've weaponized the food. They've weaponized the educational system. They've weaponized everything. And because so many people are so caught up in self, so caught up in the day-to-day rat race, so caught up in the chase to find pleasure, chase to do whatever, that a lot of times these young people fall in the cracks. And so a lot of times, it's a whole neighborhood full of young people that ain't getting no break the cycle development unless we come in and give it to them. And even I, who've been exposed to life all my life, yo, these are the negative. You want to break the cycle? You know what this is? This is the chronic disease that plagues our communities. We got a 14-year-old right here. Before they sent him down to me, they told him he was pre-diabetic. We got an epidemic of obesity. Young people obesity. It's not no coincidence that McDonald's is on every corner. Burger King is on every corner. We're not out here playing around. This ain't no games. It ain't no game. This is life. That's why we call Dr. Life.
Listen, this is called an aortic aneurysm and a splenetic aneurysm. An aneurysm is where the blood vessel to your heart is the aortic valve. If that ruptures, you got 4 minutes to bleed out and die. You heard me? 4 minutes, bleed out and die. What is it? How do you, Dr. Light, how do you get something like that? It's called high blood pressure. You heard me? High blood pressure. How many people listening to me on this joint got family members and a history of chronic high blood pressure? Mama side, daddy side, sisters, brothers, cousins, aunts, uncles. Then, okay, if it's not diabetes, it's not high blood pressure, how about diabetes? Or how about heart disease? How about cancer? Prostate cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer. Yo, this is all due to diet. This is all due to exercise. It's all due to ignorance. Ain't nobody giving this to our community. You know why? Because they know. Ain't no such thing as a minority, yo. You ain't no minority. Benjamin Franklin wrote a book back in 1750s where he was telling the British, yo, our birth rates, we like 2 to 1. They like 5, 6, 7, 8 to 1. Even in the 1700s, they knew they didn't have a chance. So how do they compete? Weaponize the food, yo. Get us to focus on appetite based off of taste. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. And then they remove nutrition totally. You don't get nutrition in school. The doctors don't even get nutrition. You go to a doctor who practices medicine and he don't know nothing about nutrition. I dare you, ask your primary care physician, primary care doctor about a nutrition plan and regimen. What he's going to tell you is what to eat in order for you to be a patient on one of his lines of prescriptions that he's selling. So when I get this to these kids, it's not just to prepare them to go out and play on a football field. It's life. It's that them at age 65 and 75 and 85, while everybody else around them is dying at 45 and 55, that they still handing this down to my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and my great-great-grandchildren. Break the cycle. And if we outlive them, then we outlive the curse. If we outlive them, we outlive the bondage. Come on, man. You next up. Oh, you did the hand-to-hand? Yeah. Did you do the plank thing? Come on, we don't got all day on this film.
I gotta go ahead, y'all. Give me some technique, cuz.
Oh, come on.
Go ahead.
Oh, I did that.
You did
Come on,
that?
Destiny.
And then you gotta do 5, 1.
Where we at?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Justin, did you do the plank and all that too? All right, you got it. Yo. This Uncle Spider Low, this Uncle SPI. I'm gonna tell y'all something about my nephew holding the camera.
He signed G Unit?
Huh?
He signed G Unit?
Yeah. Yeah. Uncle SPI on G Unit. All right. So this was the video down there in Miami Beach, South Beach, in 06, 07, 06. He was on EA Sports Madden 06. Him and Fifth
I know
together.
that too.
All right, so Olivia was shooting a video at the MTV Music Awards on South Beach. So I was in Full Sail University.
No, that was cool. You walked over there and did
For those of y'all in our neighborhoods, in our communities that don't know what Full Sail is the place where you go to do this. There is no ESPN without Full Sail. This says the Dan Patrick's School of Sportscasting. So individuals who want to learn how to go and do sports casting, broadcasting, and all of the technical things behind the scenes, they come here to Orlando, Florida, in a neighborhood called Winter Park, and they come to Full Sail. All right? If you want to learn how to work for Steven Spielberg and Skywalker Ranch, if you want to know how to work for George Lucas to make George Lucas's films, and you want to know how to do game design, and you want to know how to do websites, and this is where they come. All right? So what that got to do with this young man holding the camera? I'm glad y'all asked. So my main man, Nipsey, just got nominated 2019 at the Grammy Awards. All right? So let's see what's the connection between the Grammy Awards and Full Sail. Full Sail Awards. Full Sail grads credited, 16 Full Sail grads were credited with 10 Grammy winning projects. It's not nominations. All right? If you add the nominations, it's probably quadruple. So basically every album that's been recorded and mixed and mastered and engineered, the sound engineers who make the music that everybody dance to, they go to my university. All right? Same thing with the Oscars. All of the movies, when they get the Oscars, the people who edited the films, who shot the films, they come to my school. Why am I calling it my school? Because in 2006, not only did I graduate 3 times from there, but even bigger than that, everybody graduates from there. That's nothing. That's nothing. So when we got there in month number 3, I was in my 3rd month. This is me right here with Uncle SPI on my shirt, Spider Loc, his first G Unit shirt right there, and my partners. We put together a company. You heard me, company. We talk about breaking cycles, right? It's called Break the Cycle. The movement is Break the Cycle, right? What cycle did I enlist? What's my role on the team in Break the Cycle? My role to break. I'm supposed to break the curse, the generational curses of poverty. That's the cycle I signed up to break. All right. So how you break generational curses of poverty? Business. You gotta own your own. Everybody, all we know how to do is chase a job. And those of us who don't want to chase a job, we go hustle. That's all we know how to do. Even when we go and take our skills and do what we doing here, nobody has taught our people how to own their talent in the NFL and the NBA. All they know how to do is go and get a talent to the NCAA for free, and then the NCAA sells them to the NFL and the NBA. Nobody has taken this talent that we developed and cultivated as parents from the time y'all came out the womb, and then they get the profit off of it. Nah. Break the Cycle is, my mission was to come here
get the technology to shoot and broadcast our own everything, whether it's albums, whether it's films, whether it's sports. And this was the very first start of that. This was the company before there was a Facebook. This is the professional Facebook for digital media. All right. What that got to do with Free Willie? The other cycle that creates the poverty cycle is violence. All right. So I told you, I'm in a group, a hip hop group called Alien Nation. We live in this world. We're not of this world. This world is not our home. That's where me and Uncle SPI hooked up at first, at a university where we was recording as Alien Nation. He left, went back to LA. First he was signed with Suge Knight and Death Row. A project with Lisa Left Eye Lopez before she passed away. Eddie Griffith had a soundtrack. Your girl Keisha Cole was on the joint. SPI been doing this for as far as connects in this industry, from Ice Cube, recorded with Cube, his resume is impeccable. But while he was on the West Coast doing that, we was doing our Alien Nation thing over here. All right. So Alien Nation was, we was like the conscious Wu-Tang. All right. Cats from different areas, mad different styles, but on the conscious break the cycle tip. Let's take everything that's killing us in the hood and we're gonna take it and we're gonna flip it on its head and we're gonna turn the negative into a positive. That's Alien Nation. All right. So I get here and I get the ability to really harness and go in that area. I'm looking back into my communities. I'm saying, yo, remember, I do everything by proxy. I'm by proxy for my Generation X. My son is by proxy for the millennial generation. My nephew and my daughter Deja is by proxy for the bottom half of the millennial generation. My son is the top half, these two is the bottom half. We got the whole thing covered. Me and my wife is one. So I represent a male and a female who is committed to breaking these cycles. All right? So when I look back and I looked at the violence, and I look back and I looked at where my nephew comes from. Shout out to Ball. Shout out to Ball down in Tennessee. We recorded with Ball and them down in Tennessee. I gotta get with Ball, see if we still got that track too. I'm gonna get at you, Ball. But my bro, rest in peace, big Willie. You know what I'm saying? But I look back, and when we was running the streets of Huntsville, it was crime and violence. All right? So I said, by proxy, I'm gonna take Willie's son. Willie no longer here. I'm gonna take Willie's son. And we're going to flip the violence on his head. So who better to use than SPI? The same neighborhood as Tookie Williams, 97th Street, East Coast Crib. It don't go no further than 97th Street. The most easty, SPI, Tookie Williams, Raymond Washington. Like, this is the who's who of the roots of OG, gang banging, all of that. So if you're going to flip violence on his head, what better place to start? What better place to collaborate? What better place to break the cycle? And my brother, shout out to SPI, he allowed us by proxy to use the industry that's recording and producing and disseminating a lot of the violence. When there's so many of us who stand side by side with these same brothers, like I said before. We come from these same hoods. Ain't nobody telling our story. Ain't nobody telling I ain't never sold a bag of dope in my life. How about that? I'm wearing a shirt that I helped. Listen, I'm wearing a shirt that I helped grind up from a little t-shirt in the high school in Crenshaw to a multi-million-dollar enterprise out of a garage. Nobody's telling the story that our hoods, you could get in the grind and jump in the sanctuary and you could still be multi-million-dollar brand. That's what Break the Cycle is about, all right? So for my main man, Big Willie. So whenever you gonna have somebody do something by proxy, they become a model. So this is about a modeling agency. All right. He's a top high fashion model representing, and we're going to destroy crime and violence. And so January 29th, I lie to you not. January 29th, 2018, I picked my main man, stillborn the Revelator, his other uncle. Pass off to stillborn Craig Morgan. He flew into Orlando, Florida. He's on Facebook. I lie to you not, on everything. And we see a young dude get shot in the head in a fight between Columbia High, the same high school that my nephew holding the camera, same high school he just graduated from. The young dude was, I think he was 18 or 19 at the time, the same age as Big Willie who holding the camera. Same high school, same age, same city, same. I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, that could be my nephew, yo. Could have came home went down to his old high school. They going to the rivals. A fight broke out between some females at the game, and they took it to a neighborhood apartment complex to go and get it in. And in the midst of two females getting it in, somebody take out we talk about breaking cycles, crime and violence. Somebody gonna shoot into the crowd of some females fighting, and people standing around watching females fighting, and they gonna shoot into the crowd and shoot this young 19-year-old man in the head. And on Facebook Live, they got his people screaming like, we saw him fight for his life for like 30 minutes. I lied to you not. In 2018, I told my main man Stillborn, I said, yo, free Big Willie tour. It's going down right now. Killer Pies. So when SPI came to Huntsville, we did this. He came to Orlando and we did this. All right. So we got all of the young people from Orlando. And we said we're gonna kill the crime and the violence by teaching y'all how to do this. Everything that we're gonna do to launch the career of SPI and G Unit, we're gonna teach y'all young people. So you ain't gotta stand on the corner. You ain't gotta stand on the corner to hustle. We're gonna put a film camera in your hand. We're gonna put Avid in your hand. Avid is the software where they do the editing for videos and all of that, for movies and all that. We're gonna get a computer lab, and we're gonna give y'all access to the computer lab. We're gonna bring my peoples who I'm in school with at Full Sail, and they're gonna come and they're gonna teach y'all how to shoot these movies and shoot these videos and record this. This is 2006, y'all. 2006. So now, 2019, I'm here to tell y'all, we're going on a 6-city tour. Listen up to me. Starting on March 25th, Trenton, New Jersey, hometown. 3 days in Trenton, New Jersey. After Trenton, New Jersey, we going out to Crenshaw and Compton and LA. The very next weekend, the first weekend in April. After that, we coming to Chicago. The next weekend after Chicago, we're coming right back here to Orlando. So all of my shorties in this area who was at Dundee Ridge Middle, at Haines City, if you in Poinciana, if you in Kissimmee, if you in Orlando, if you in Paramore, if you in Washington Shores, if you in Pine Hills, if you in Apopka, if you in Tampa, if you in Leesburg, listen, y'all better get down here. The second week of April. The third week of April. It's like the 14th, 15th, 16th, Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all heard me, ATL. After ATL, we in Huntsville for a whole week. Trenton, LA, Chicago, Orlando, Atlanta, Huntsville. Free Big Willie tour. So what happens with the Free Big Willie tour?
We free Big Willie and we feed Big Meech. Big Meech is another huge name in the drug game in our communities. But I also had a brother in Chicago, Big Meech. They called him Big Lord. His name was Meech. And he has a little son, Demetrius Tyson, Big Lord. Meech got gunned down like 2008, 2009. And by proxy, my nephew, his son, inherits the modeling, the high fashion model that he will eat. We will break the cycle of crime and violence and poverty. And these two young men, by proxies, represent that these hoods and these neighborhoods, we come to Huntsville, listen, man, we not playing, man. We giving, because of this young man, y'all gonna get access to the tools to be able to tell the other story that nobody else is telling. That if you grind like my brothers and sisters grind, I ain't knocking nobody standing on the corner. I'll never knock nobody for standing on the corner because you got to do what you got to do. But all we're saying is there's other options. There's other avenues to get out of there. And we got them all lined up for you. All you got to do is come out here and get in the sanctuary with us. And we're going to hand them off. All right? Salute.